Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV on the Xbox One console. This is the Przemas Outback John Deere Farm, episode number 4. Thanks for stopping in, folks. I sure do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. All right, so we've got some things to do today. If you remember from the last episode, we harvested our 2 fields and we sold those crops. We are currently sitting at $107,876 in our quest to purchase those 2 middle fields, fields number 21 and 22, which are both $165,000 each. So let's have a look at the map here. You can see that 20 and 23 are both harvested. We need to reseed those fields today. And we're going to do some contract work as well because, as you can see here, like I said, $165,000 per field. So we're looking at $330,000 just to get the phase 1 complete. So phase 1 is underway. We are looking to buy those 2 middle fields in an attempt to merge them all into one big field, and then we can look at using that crop income to subsidize the purchase of other remaining fields on the map, which will be phase 2. We'll release the details of phase 2 a little later on in another episode, but for now, phase 1 is well underway. We're only $60,000 away from purchasing one of those 2 fields. I'm very excited. So we're going to be filling up the seeder. Let's bring this up here. We need to open the cover, and then we need to back up to the liquid fertilizer, and then we'll back up to the seed, and then we will start reseeding our 2 fields with I don't know what just yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to the field itself. So while we are filling up the seeder and on our way over to the field, why don't you take a quick minute? If you have not done so already, look at that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Click that subscribe button for me, folks. That would be greatly appreciated. Then when you're done that, drop a like on the video if you feel so inclined. If you like what you see, leave me a like and then share the video as well. And then when you're done that, ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. You don't want to miss anything coming out of our channel, folks. It is getting really exciting. And then when you're done ringing that notification bell, as always, come and follow us on all of our social media campaigns. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, and there's even a small PayPal link there if you feel so inclined to send me a donation in my quest for a PC setup. Now, keep in mind, we will still keep playing on the Xbox One console once we have enough money for a PC. And remember, folks, donations are obviously not expected, but always appreciated. You may even earn yourself a shout out in the next video. All right, now that that is all complete, we are going to start seeding. What are we going to seed, folks? I don't even know. Let's go with what's selling. Let's see, what is a good crop? Something that we probably don't do a lot of. Let's go with sunflowers. I think we're going to plant sunflowers. We don't really do a lot of sunflowers. And we've got a sunflower and corn header, so why not utilize that? So we will plant sunflowers in this field. And then while this guy is seeding, let's go look at contracts because we need more money. We are $60,000 short minus the cost of the seed and fertilizer that we just filled up. So let's call it $65,000 just to be safe. We are $65,000 away. Let's go look at the size of this field. Whoa, field number 2 is crazy huge. Or field number 2. Where are we going? Field number 5 is 9,600. Where are you, field number 5? Well, that's a nice size. We can get 10 grand for that, plus the cost of the leftover harvest. All right, so we've just accepted a $10,000 contract, and then we should get about another $10,000 to $15,000 from the leftover crops after the contract is completed. So we're probably looking at about $20,000 to $25,000 closer to our goal. We're at $106,000 now. What did we do? We got into the wrong truck. We don't need the tipper, we need the harvester. So let's jump into the kind of dirty John Deere S790. Remember, this is a John Deere farm, folks. If it's not made by John Deere, it's painted John Deere green. All of our equipment is in homage to John Deere himself. All right, so we're going to field number 5. We're going to try and get there without a header trailer. This may or may not prove to be problematic given the size of this header and some of the narrow parts of this map. I don't know if we can do it or not. No, we need to go the railway side because we're not going to get over the tracks with the train arms. Yeah, we need to turn. There we go. Perfect. So we'll go out this door and then straight up, and it's just up in the top left corner, almost in the top left corner. And then we should be able to start harvesting once we get the harvester out there. That is, if we can get the harvester out there. Who knows? So we are on our way. Let's make our way to field number 5 and start this contract. We might even have time for a second contract, depending on the size of the field and where we land with our cash flow at the end of this first contract. So we'll take it by ear. I would really like to purchase a field in this episode so we can start seeding, and then once everything is harvested, we want to merge that third field with the first 2, and then repeat that process again for the 4th field, creating one very long super field of crops. We still don't have a plan for those crops. I don't really know. I want to keep it all one crop, so maybe we'll do like a grain crop that produces straw bales, so that way we can bale up that straw and then sell the bales. That might be a good cash income as well. For now, let's just try and figure this out. There is a narrow opening coming up. We have to cross a railway path on the tracks. We need to go around because we're not going to fit through that with the fence. Can we fit between those trees? This is the problem I was speaking of earlier. We may or may not be able to get the harvester out there without a header trailer. And the last thing I want to do is buy a header trailer, because you know, if you've watched previous episodes of mine, I do not like header trailers. I don't. They should come with tension belts so that your header doesn't fall off when you take sharp corners. Or you could probably just not take sharp corners, but then where's the fun in that, right? Let's try and figure this out. How do we get across these tracks? Ah, yes. Idea time. Let's see if we can chop down a tree. We'll just chop down a tree and we will fall it on this side. Oh, just in time too, folks. It's a good thing we didn't try and get the harvester. Whoa. It's a good thing we didn't try and get the harvester across those tracks, because we would have got smoked by the train, and now we don't have access to this land. So we are not allowed to chop down any of these trees on this side of the tracks. Well, that was $1,000 well spent on the chainsaw. We'll sell that back to the store later. We're going to have to get creative and try and get this harvester across the tracks. I think a little bit of back and forth and some wiggling might be able to do it. We just have to approach it at the right angle. Whoa. Let's see here. Can we get this way? We can get this way. And now to get out this way, we're going to have to back up like this. Take note, folks, this is how you get out of a tight space with a large header. Genius! We've done it. We are now free of the trees. All right. And now we're going to throw a quick repair job before we start these harvesting contracts. We didn't put a workshop on our farm yet, because we're saving up for those fields. So any extra money that we can save would be better. The workshop is right here anyway, so we can just repair our equipment. Just save us from breaking down during the contract work and then having to come back all this way to repair it and then drive all the way back. You've seen how much trouble it was getting around those trees. We only want to do that once. Maybe it's time I buckle down and start learning how to use a header trailer so that we can get this out there. Or maybe John Deere should just make a header on wheels that we can tow, and then my problem will be solved. Did you hear that? If anyone's watching from John Deere, I'm going to need a header that's at least 13 or 14 meters long with wheels and a tow bar so that we can drag it anywhere we want to. Case has one, I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so let's make our way over. Oh, let's try and get out of here. Can we do this? Can it fit in? Yes, it can. Perfect. We're going to take out this stop sign because that's what you get for putting a stop sign there. All right, let's cruise on down the road. We've got open space here now. On our way to field number 5 to start this contract work. All right, what a task so far. It has proven to be quite a task getting to this field with this header attached to the harvester. I'm just saying it's a good thing we've got the traffic turned off. Otherwise, there would be hundreds of more problems. Oh, we're not going to take out U sign. Uh-oh. Great. I completely forgot about the over-underpass here. I hope this header fits under there. Otherwise, we're going to have to go all the way back to the shop and purchase a header trailer. Oh, it fits, it fits, it fits. We are making it through the tunnel. Thank you, map maker, for allowing that ginormous header to fit through there. That is fantastical. All right, and field number 5 is right here on our right. We're going to have to zip across the tracks here really quick. Oh, we're going to take out that road sign too. And then we can start the harvesting process. I don't see any oncoming trains. They only come one way, thank God. There we go. We have snailed across the railroad tracks. And we can start this contract finally. And again, we made it across the tracks in perfect timing because there's that train again. Like clockwork, ready to take us out. We really have to be careful when crossing the tracks. Or maybe we just shouldn't cross the tracks anymore. Maybe we should use the pedestrian or the roadway crosswalks. All right, let's start this harvesting job off, and then we will tab on back to the farm, and we will grab the tipper and the semi-truck, and we will get things ready to start earning some money. And harvesting we will go. Contract is commenced. $10,000 for the contract itself, plus we're going to make a lot of money from the leftover crops because we always do. All right, this is why I love doing harvesting contracts. It's like double the money. If you don't do harvesting contracts, then I suggest you take that up because free cash. Who doesn't love free cash? Especially in these situations when we're looking to build an empire, so to speak, of crop fields. All right, so we can take the easy way up to field number 5 with the semi-trailer. We just need to go up this road and to the left a little bit, and we will be there. And all right, safely across the tracks. We really do have to keep an eye on those trains, folks, because the last thing I want is for a piece of equipment to get smoked by that diesel locomotive. All right, let's make our way up this road. Certainly is quiet out here with no traffic, but it does alleviate some of the problems that we would be experiencing with our driving techniques, because I like to just drive in the middle of the road, as you can clearly see. All right, field number 5, I think there's the train again. Field number 5 is all the way up there, so we're going to have to take, let's see, can we go this way? Yes, we can. I guess we could have drove through the spinnery as well, but there's that train again. Every couple of minutes he zooms past at 79 miles an hour. All right, let's see if we can. I think we can go this way. Yeah, we can, because the train station mill sell point has an entrance and an exit, so we can just go through that way. We just have to turn around and go out the sell point area. Everything needs to come to the train station mill as well, so it's close by. It's close enough to field number 5 that we don't have to drive that far, which is good because I never like driving that far when it comes to contract work. There we go. I always like to make it back to the harvester in time before it fills up, so the less I have to drive, the better. All right, so straight ahead to field number 5, and then we can continue with this contract and start saving some money. We're down to, what does that say, $103,000, just the cost of the worker so far. All right, this guy is done seeding. Thank you very much, John Deere 8400R. Did a fantastic job on that field. Now we're going to drive over to the first field and continue seeding that one. We don't even need to fold up the seeder. We can just drive over here. It's not very far at all. Oh, field number 22 and 21. Soon you will be mine. And soon phase 1 will be complete. I can't wait to make a super field out of these 4 fields right here. That's going to be a lot of crops. Depending on what we plant, that's going to be a lot of cash. All right, what are we doing in this field? Are we going to do sunflowers again? Let's see what the survey says. Yes, we are going to be planting sunflowers again in this field. So we've got 2 fields of sunflowers. They were ranging between 1,100 and 1,300 per 1,000 liters of sunflower. So that should be a good cash crop for us when it comes for harvest season. Right now we're just going to replant both of those. Let's check back in on the harvester. There we go. He is going strong. All right. I love watching this John Deere harvester in action. It's such a pretty machine. Fantastic. Did a really good job on this harvester. I love all the details, and I love the John Deere green. It just pops. If you don't use John Deere equipment, they are fantastic machines. I'm not going to lie. All right, seeding is done. Perfect. Let's fold up the seeder. There's that train again. Let's fold up the seeder and get this back into the farm. And then we should be wrapping up the contract as soon as we get this in there. We're down to, what does that say, $103,300, and slowly dropping by the dollar because we've hired workers to do our bidding. Our harvesting minions are hard at work processing all of that crop. All right, let's get this in here. Hey, I'm backing that up pretty well. Oh, I hit something. Maybe just a rock, who knows. All right, let's park this John Deere tractor back in the shed, and then we will zip back over to the harvester. Actually, we're going to take a look at the map first. Let's have a look at the map and check this out. So now we do have 20 and 23 are now growing, planted sunflowers in both of those. So that is fantastic. That's going to give us a lot of cash when it comes time for that. We are back with the harvester. Let's skip to the end of the harvest, shall we? All right, moving ahead, the harvesting job is now complete. We're down to $102,875,000. The worker is finished. Let's dump the rest of this canola into the tipper, and then we'll drive it on over to the train station mill, which is just behind us. And then we will search for another contract. Let's sell the canola first before we do that, and then we will see just how far away we are from that $165,000 target. And then we can buy that other field. But let's see exactly what happens with the sale of this canola. All right, on our way to the train station mill. I like that it's called the train station mill, but you can still get there by truck. You don't have to utilize the trains if you don't want to, but for moving large amounts of crops, like 300,000 liters of canola, you could drive it all the way back to your farm, fill up the silos, or any other train station silo for that matter, and then utilize the train cars. There are more train cars on this train, than there are on any other map. There's 4 grain cars that you can fill up, holding more grain than any other map, which is fantastic. I love the job they did with this Przemas Outback map. Now, for these types of sell points, if you haven't watched the video before, when you're using a 53-foot semi-trailer like this, you've got to pull up as close to the end as you can. Otherwise, when the tipper goes up, it's going to hit the roof, and then it's going to glitch out, and everything's going to go crazy. All right, so we've got this going in a good position here. Let's sell this. Contract's complete, and look at that cash roll in. $127,000 in extra crop plus the $9,600 we just received. We are at $137,000 for our goal. We are less than $30,000 away from phase one commencing in purchasing that third field. I am really, really happy with that. So now we need to find another contract to do really quick to try and push us over that limit. We are currently sitting on field number 5 with the harvester, so let's try and find something close to field number 5. Where is 25 in relation to field 5? Oh, it's all the way down there. I don't really want to drive that far with the harvester. I'd rather find something, field number 3, where are you in relation to field number 5? Should be close. Field number 3. Oh, you're all the way up there. No, we can probably find something a little closer. Let's keep looking, shall we? Let's keep shopping for contracts. Field 18, we can harvest with the corn header. Where are you, field 18? Oh, my Lord, look at the size of that field. That's going to take forever. Nope, we're not going to do that. Although that would put us over the top, we are not going to do that. What about field 13? We've already got that header attached. Where is field number 13? Right there. It's behind the biogas plant. No, I don't know. Is there anything for, let's try, where are you? There's field 22, field number 11. Field number 11 is right below field number 5, I believe. Yes, it's right there, and it's a fair size too. It's almost the same size as field number 5. So let's go do that one. That is, let's see, we should make about $7,000 in contract money plus the crops. All right, let's drive. Oh, the train just went past us and we're reversing out of here. This may or may not prove to be troublesome. I guess I could have just pulled forward and driven straight out. Let's try this. Here we go. I'm getting better at reversing blindly, folks. All right, so field number 11 is right close by. We are going to do the contract at field number 11. No, we took a wrong turn here. Let's go this way. This might be a little bit easier. All right, driving along the tracks, we're going to go right down the side of field number 5 and field number 11. Should be right behind that rock formation right there, and it is. Let's just keep going, going, past the rocks. Look at that big dinosaur skeleton. All right, here is field number 11. This is not going to take very long at all with the size of our harvester and the size of this field. And look at that, we just have to drive literally 50 feet forward and we can start this contract. That is convenient. I always try and search for contracts that are close by the last one so that we don't have to drive that far, and then we can just contract work our way back to the farm. So we also save a little bit of fuel as well. All right. Let's get this contract underway. You've all seen harvesting before. Let's not bore you with all of the details. And biggity bam, we are at the end of the contract. Here we go. We've got the semi-truck following beside the John Deere harvester. And we're doing the last little strip of wheat. And then we're going to be driving this to the train station mill as well. The train station mill likes to buy a lot of things. All right, they must have tons of cash. I really do love the layout of this map. I love the ominous rock formations that just litter this entire map. They're just everywhere. Just makes it look fantastic. Kind of like prehistoric times, especially with that ginormous dinosaur skeleton that's sitting on the other side of this rock formation. Would be better maybe if it was sticking out of the ground, like, help me. But that's okay. It's a nice detail, and I like it. Really brings out the prehistoricness of this farmland. All right, let's zip on over to the train station mill. We are at $136,691. Let's sell this crop, collect our bounty, and then we will see just how far away from 165,000 we are. Do we have to do another contract, or do we not have to do another contract? Who knows? Let's see where we end up. I'm really anxious to purchase that field. All right, we're right at the very edge. Again, you've got to hit them right on the very edge on this map. Otherwise, your tipper is going to hit the roof and it's going to glitch. Or it's not going to glitch, it's going to bounce around and potentially cause damage. All right, 161. We're at 161, and we can still accept the contract bounty of $8,206. That means, look at that, we are over our target by $4,000. We now have enough to purchase one more of those fields, possibly 21 or 22. I'm still not sure which one. I'm so excited. Let's drive back to the farm. All right, first, I think before we buy that field, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there was a harvesting contract for field number 22. That's one of the fields that we're looking at buying. Let's go have a look at this here. Yeah, 22 is ready to harvest. Look at that. So why don't we have to go there anyway. Let's just knock out that contract real quick, and then we'll have even extra money for seeding and fertilizing and things like that. Let's find field number 22. Are you on this list? You should be. There we go. Perfect. They're going to pay us almost $3,000 to harvest that. So that's more of a little cushion. So let's go and do that. We'll drive the harvester back to field number 22. We'll start harvesting. And then when that's done, we'll start buying the field. All right, so let's get this harvester over there. Bam, there we are. We are arriving at field number 22 to harvest these crops. Now that I've accepted this contract and it's already started, it clearly just hit me that we should have purchased the field first, then harvested, and then sold the crops for more money. I didn't even think of that. Man, it's kind of a blunder on my part. We can't cancel the contract right now, otherwise it'll disappear. No, let's just do it this way. It doesn't matter. We're going to own the field in a few minutes anyway. Let's drive the tipper over to field number 22, and we'll get ready to unload all of that wheat, and then we can make our first purchase into phase 1, field number 22. Then all we have to do is buy field number 21, merge them together, and then phase 1 will be complete. All right, we are almost there. It's just up here through the farm. There's our farm right there. And we're just going to turn right, go across the tracks, turn left, and then we'll be at field number 22, and the harvesting will be underway. All right. Such a beautiful day out here in the Shemas Outback. I'm so happy we met our goal of $165,000. Episode 4, that's not bad. I was expecting maybe it took a little bit longer, but some of these contracts are pretty huge and paying a lot of money, so it didn't actually take that long for us to get here. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit to the end of the harvest, selling of the crops. There we go. We are at the train station mill selling all the wheat, or selling all the barley from field number 22. $168,000 is where we're sitting right now. Let's sell these crops and collect our money, and then we can commence phase 1. All right, contract is done. $4,800 from the crops and another $2,800 from the contract. We are sitting at $176,000, folks. Not bad at all for a short day's work with 3 contracts. Let's take the semi-trailer back to the farm. We'll park the harvester back inside as well. All right, just a short drive back to the farm, and then everything will be put away. All right, that was fun. A hard day's work, and we made lots of money. And there we go. The semi-trailer and tipper are back at the farm. We are putting the harvester away. Let's put the header back where it needs to go, right here. Just what's not sticking out so far. We'll just drop it there, and we'll park the harvester back inside the shed, and we'll jump into the map screen and make this $165,000 purchase. And then I think we're going to seed that field with something, because we've just harvested it. All we've got to do is plant or seed. Seed or plant, who knows. All right, let's have a look at this here. That contract is done. There we go. We're into the map. Field number 22 is the one we just harvested. Oops, wrong button. Let's go into this here. Yep, purple harvested, $165,000 sale price. There we go. We now own 3 out of those 4 fields, folks. 21, or 20, 22, and 23. Let's jump into the 8400R, or one of the 2 8400Rs. We will fire up the seeder, and then we will start seeding, and that is going to wrap up this video, folks. We are now seeding our newly purchased field, and in the next episode, who knows, let's do some more contract work. Maybe we'll save up another $165,000, and then we'll purchase that 4th field to complete phase 1. All right, so while we are filling up the seeder again and driving out to the field, don't forget, folks, subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Click that like button and share the video as well. Ring that notification bell for me so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. We're doing a different map on a different series each day of the week, Monday through Friday. You can see some of those videos here. I'll put the link up right now. Bam, there you go. So you can see those. Go and watch those videos as well. There's links to playlists. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. Go check that out. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, folks. Thanks for stopping by, and for now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.